Hey guys, it's Luca with Learning MTG, and today I'm going to do another video for the most broken decks I've ever played. I actually think you can Google this one. So I Google Luca shook Cawblade. Wait, let me have it in okay, we'll do this one. So there's like a few different versions of this deck. There's like the straight blue-white version. I believe at one point Batterskull was not banned from Standard. So you could Stoneforge Mystic into. Oh, this is terrible. I need to find the version of it that's on TCG Player. Let me try it. Luca shook TCG Player. Okay, there we go. Okay, this is much better. So basically, there's like a few versions of the deck. I think the original was blue-white. Later on, people started splashing colors into it. I even remember playing a version that had Deceiver Exarch and Splinter Twin in the deck. So in that version of the deck, not only did you have Stoneforge Mystic, which was banned from Modern, you had Jace. Was Jace also banned from Modern? And then you had Preordained, which is also banned from Modern, and then you had Splinter Twin. So you had like 4 Modern banned cards in your Standard deck, which you can imagine was extremely fair. Not to mention, like, the other cards in the deck are not bad at all, like Mana Leak, Duress, Inquisition, Sword of Feast and Famine. A lot of these cards see play in Modern. So overall, just a very high, really overpowered deck. Especially in a format where the other decks weren't that great. I mean, I think the next best deck in this format was like Primeval Titan for Valakut, which is, it's okay, but you know, against like Mana Leak, it's just not very scary. Yeah, so what did this deck, for those who never played this deck or never played against it, you basically, like, turn 2, you're either playing a Squadron Hawk or a Stoneforge, ideally a Stoneforge, and you pretty much, even with Batterskull in the deck, you usually would Stoneforge for Sword of Feast and Famine, basically because if you ever connect with this in Standard, it's just lights out. Like, untapping all your lands in Standard is extremely, extremely good. It's a very tempo-based format, to the point where, like, if you get to spend 8 mana on turn 4 or 10 mana on turn 5, your opponent can't really recover from that. You can imagine, you know, playing a Jace, bouncing their blocker, attacking them, untapping your lands, and then playing a Gideon or something. Just absurd. So that's kind of what the deck was. You basically had like really powerful blue cards like Preordain and Mana Leak, and then you just would Stoneforge for Sword of Feast and Famine, and then Squadron Hawk was also like a card advantage engine with Jace because you can brainstorm back your Squadron Hawks, and it was also just kind of like an infinite supply of flyers to put your swords on. Turned out, and not to mention, you also had access to Day of Judgment, so you could also like just play a control game against aggro decks. This deck was extremely potent and powerful. It basically destroyed every other deck in the format at the time. I think eventually it got Jace banned from Standard, and I think either Batterskull or Stoneforge got banned from Standard. So it eventually got some cards banned from Standard. Maybe even Preordain got banned too from Standard, I don't remember. But yeah, this was the story if you've ever heard of Cawblade. The original one was blue-white, like I mentioned, so I'll talk about this version is black. So with the black splash, you get discard spells. And really what ended up happening was everyone's Cawblade deck were just tuned to beat the other Cawblade decks, because that's all you were playing against. So you've got, you know, Duress and Inquisition, because the format was just, you pretty much knew who was going to win by turn 3, you know. If one person plays Stoneforge, the games were like very scripted. You play your Stoneforge, if they don't have Stoneforge, they're in a lot of trouble. If you ever land a Jace and they can't immediately deal with it, the game's pretty much over. And I guess the other good thing about black in this deck is you get Creeping Tarfit, which is really, really good with Sword of Feast and Famine. Also really powerful in a format where really Jace is like the thing that you need to kill. You need to deal with Jace. So yeah, that's this deck. I wish I could have found the red version because I also played the red version in a tournament that had Splinter Twin Deceiver Exarch combo in it. So yeah. So yeah, this was one of the most broken decks I've played, and I look forward to thinking about the next one. I don't know what that'll be. Hope to see you guys in the next video.